Hey Assassins, this is Wheel and welcome back to another Wheel Assassin guide. During this one, I'll be teaching you guys how to fill the remaining section of your red light, green light up and actually surround our doll with, all of the other necessary parts to this mini kind of game. So if you didn't check out the doll tutorial, I will drop a link to it in the description below. You can go ahead and build that on its own separately and, maybe just have the doll in your world and not surrounded by this very, very looming sort of square here. But if you are interested in today's tutorial, we'll be getting this tree done behind the doll here. The entire sort of cropped area back here. As you can see, I missed a couple of sections. Ooh. And then, then all of these different entry points to the minigame over here. The clouds, the sky, and of course the guns, and a big timer back here as well. There is lots to do, and I think the most confusing part today is going to be this tree. So we're going to get started with that in a moment. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I hope you can stay tuned until the very end. And let's get the materials we need and get started with today's tutorial. One thing I will say before we do get started though, is if you do need to pause the video because I do go too quickly or anything like that, please of course remember, it's always there for your guys' use. So please go ahead and use it whenever you need to. If you also have any questions, please drop them in the comments down below and I'll do my very best to help you guys out. Epic. Let's begin. So now then, as this is our most time consuming and slightly annoying process in this build, we're going to take ourselves the dark oak log and get this part done first of all. This is of course building the tree behind our Squid Game doll. So this is the one that she actually leans against, kind of pretends to close her eyes and then, she can't see anybody moving from behind. So what we're going to do is first of all come to behind our doll. We're going to drop down to her feet down here. We're going to go 2 blocks away, so 1, 2. And on number 3, we're going to go ahead and build this along to match the diameter of the entire doll's width, like this. Then we'll come out a block on both sides, like so. We'll make this block worth 5 blocks, so we've got number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we want to go ahead and come out again, and down, so diagonally. And then we're going to fill this along. Oops, going up to that point just there. Come back to number 1 up here, make this on to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Connected up on the corner. So the tree, the actual trunk of the tree is very, very small compared with how it looks from the front section. And now what we need to do next is go ahead and build this up to just about, I think we should go just above our doll's sort of bubbles here. So this layer here. Now it's really important to get every single block on this shape done. You can leave the tree hollow if you want to. That's not really a problem. But if we go ahead and build these up to just after the bubble, so just in line with that one, then when we branch out both of the sort of trunks on both sides, like the roots coming out, we can make sure the timer goes above the doll's head and it's very, very visible. We don't want to cover it with some foliage. That wouldn't be very good. But if you want to go ahead and build these up to just above that bubble for now, and then we'll look at it and get onto the next section in a moment. So yeah, go ahead and build these up, guys, to that height, and then we'll get back to it. So now we've done that entire trunk just back here, and it's looking great. So we're going to take our dark oak log again. What we're going to do is first of all flatten this thing out like a cake. Don't worry about the texture of the wood. You can do this any which way because, of course, it's nature and it goes a bit mental. So we just go like that. Then we're going to go ahead and leave this front row kind of smooth. Well, most of it smooth. I want to build up about 3 here and 3 the other side. Then I'm going to build down here for 1, 2, 3. And the other side I'm going to do the same. So 1, 2, 3. Now, like I said, please don't worry about the texture of the wood. It's going to go in really, really weird directions now because of this hole. With it being a log, it's going to go really random. And I didn't choose the normal dark oak wood because I wanted to go ahead and use the proper one to make it look like, I didn't use this one where it's full on all sides. I wanted to make it look very, very natural. So we used a log. Okay, we're going to go ahead and sort of build this into a very strange looking stump. So it looks like the tree's been sort of cut. So if you guys want to just do like a random pattern like this. So we're just going to go for this for now. We're going to build up, kind of going backwards a little bit. But nothing in the center goes above the doll's head. That is one thing to remember. So everything we do is going to be slightly below the top of our forehead. So we're just going to build all of these blocks up for now into almost like a stump that's been axed at the top. So we're trying to make it look, like it's just been left there to decay. It's a very, very dead looking tree. So almost there now. So we get that all done like so. Then we're going to go ahead and sort of randomly build on top of this. Even if it comes out the sides, don't worry about it. If it comes out the front, again, don't worry about it too much. So we're just going to do this. On the back, you can come out as much as 3 blocks. So we've got 2 there, because the third block is going to be the back wall. So you can come out as much as 3 blocks on the back. So I'm going to build all of this section up and just randomly into this stump shape. And if you do go a bit random, you can sort of get rid of just the entire log look about the whole thing, which is really cool. You can make it look a lot more natural. So that's almost done. Just about there. Come to the front, make sure it's not sticking out over the top. No, it's looking good. And now what we're going to do is start to build our branches. So over on the right side over here, there's going to be a very big branch that comes out from the top and goes up to the top. Now this goes way above the doll's head. So we're going to start about here and sort of build in a branch anchor point just here, like so. I'm going to start to build this one out. Now I know it's going to look very, very 2D at the moment. So if you want to come back later and sort of fill in stuff like this, just to make it look a lot more natural, then that is up to you guys. For now though, we're just going to keep it nice and plain, get the basic stuff done, and then we can come back to all the details afterwards. So in here I'm just going to build like the branch coming out there. As you can see, it's starting to come out there. Now we're going to build this one up into a very, very diagonal sort of shape. So I'm going to do it 2D, 2D, almost said something else. 2D up here, right the way up, way above our doll's head, because at the end of the day it doesn't really matter too much about the size of the tree, it's just as long as we get it above the head like this. And then once you're happy with like a point for the height, you can build it into like a clump down here. Now there's no real technique, so you can do it whichever way you want to, guys. It's like a clump on the front and back, like so. Almost there. And then clump it around the side too, like so. And then we sort of stop there, and it's going to drop down into like an icicle look. Of course it's a tree, so it's not going to be an icicle, but if we make it look like it's drooping slightly, it looks a little bit more dead. Now you can see it's very, very skinny in this little section here, so you can just bulk that out, go for it on both sides, make it look really, really 3D. It's always good to do that. And once you do as well, it looks great from the front. And that is all we're trying to do, is make it just look very imposing and menacing. That is really the aim of this build. So that's looking pretty good, and it's still got that weird shape, so we need to go ahead and make it look a little bit more natural, instead of just looking like we did just place all those blocks, which of course we did, but you need to make it look a lot more random. Like so. There you go, still looks a bit zigzaggy, but it's not too bad. And if you come back to certain sections like this one, for example, you can knock out that one, maybe these two, bring this one all the way down, and sort of start a new one, just here, going downwards instead. Now there's going to be around 3 of these in total. There's going to be our major one at the top, and this one needs to come out a little bit further at the top. So if the clump sort of stops at the base down there where it's drooping, but we also need to make it stop at the top here, like so, and then maybe do like a random 2 lots there, like so, connect it just down there. On the back I'm just gonna go for like a random tree look, like so. And yeah, as you can tell, this is probably the most weirdest part we've ever done in a tutorial, because it really doesn't have a technique to it. It's just go crazy, and as long as you're happy with it, then you can stop. But until you're happy with it, don't stop building. It's very, very difficult to get, you know, the shape that you want to, especially when we're trying to build trees in Minecraft. And trees are usually auto-generated, so yeah, it's a nightmare. And with it being so blocky, again, you got to really, really go to town with it and get it how you want it to look. So you literally could be here for hours on end, I will warn you, just trying to do this one tree. But that's looking good. I will drop a link in the description to a photo I used when planning my build. And then if you want to use that as reference for your trees, then please feel free to do so. There's, like I said, there's no real technique to doing it. It's literally just where you're happy, then you stop. See, that looks so much better now. Now we've got that drooping down there. I'm just going to connect it up by 1 more block there. There you go. So now you have like the 2 there, and we need a 3rd one on this side. So once you have the number of branches coming out, that is the one important thing. It's just remember your branches, remember your distance from the doll, remember the height of the whole thing, and of course the back distance to the wall as well. Once you have all of those different factors taken in, you can really do your own thing and go quite crazy with it. So yeah, good fun. It is all good fun. It's just very, very time consuming too. I think, to be honest, when I was planning this one, I did happen to like take a couple breaks, go and plan some other tutorials, and pop back when I wanted to come and finish off this tree, because I just was getting a bit sick of doing it. Because it is so large, and it is very important, of course. Like, the tree is a major part in red light, green light. I mean, she uses it to prop herself up against, to count and things, well, to sing. So, you know, we need to do this tree. It's just, you know, actually doing it, which is the hard part. So there you go. You've got the 3 branches in there, which I probably will go and change later. But as long as you've got the 3 on the right side, so it looks like she's got like almost tentacles, like so, then you go to the left side, and we're only going to do 2. However, the largest one is going to be at the top, and it's going to be into like a point shape, almost like that one. And you know where it droops down at the bottom? So it goes up to the top, kind of goes into like a bulky section, droops down for a little bit. On this side, we do the droop a lot more. So we actually come down like it's a snapped branch almost. So over here, I'm just going to add in a bunch of blocks to look like they're going to hold up my branch over here. And remember your distance to the back. Here I'm just overlapping. Actually, I'm not overlapping by anything because this is our back wall. So that's okay. Phew. And about texture-wise, just come back later and just add in random things, because there's no right or wrong way to do this. So it's good. It's really, really good. Remember, if you do have any questions though, please don't hesitate to ask me down in the comments below. I'll do my very best to help you guys out. Okay, so we've got our starting point. I'm going to build this back a little bit more just so it looks like it's connected. At the moment it looked a little bit sort of unique. Okay, then I'm going to build this up by just spamming my button. Like I said, no real technique, just go crazy. It's always good fun when we can go crazy with a tutorial. It's also a lot easier than it would be to do something that's, you know, completely planned from my imagination. Going crazy, we can all go crazy, but going from imagination, you know, that takes a lot of time. So yeah, that's looking good. Once you're happy with the height, just make sure it's quite above the doll's head, not too far above. Maybe even in line with your original one, or just slightly lower. So I think that is slightly lower than my one. Then just go ahead and thick it out. So thick it out in the center, thick it out on the back, front and sides. Almost like we're doing a really dodgy haircut just here. But once you have this entire thing in here, there you go, it's looking a lot bigger now. It's great. Then you start to drop it down. And we're going to drop this down quite dramatically first of all. So we're not going to do like some diagonal stuff, we're just going to drop it down very, very dramatically, and then we'll start to do the sort of angling down and stuff like that. So we're quite far away from the doll now. That's fine. Just go ahead and bring these down, make it into a 3D shape. Like so. A little bit difficult when you're going down with Minecraft, especially in Bedrock Creative, where your sort of character gets a bit stuck when flying. But yeah, that's not too bad. Like I said, I'm going to add a load of branches coming off of this anyways, like little sticks and stuff like that. So it will look a little bit less blocky when we come back to it in a minute. But for now, this is going okay. So that is your first branch on your left side, and there is one more we need to do for this entire tree. And it's just down here. So all we need to do is just come underneath your bigger branches at the above, up above even, not up the above, up above. And you want to build this forward from the tree. So you've got that one at the back there. You build this one quite far forward. And this is not really the biggest thing. So we just come out a little bit from our doll, nowhere near as much as that one. And you sort of bring it down to there. As long as it has the silhouette of it being there, then you'll be all good to go. So yeah, that's looking really good. Not too bad at all. I'm really happy with that. I honestly thought that was going to be a lot harder than it was. So I'm glad that didn't take too much effort, really. Good stuff. So yeah, like I said, no right way or wrong way of doing this. Do it until you're happy with it. That's the main important thing. Ask me any questions you might have down in the comments below. And feel free to pause the video now, just so you can see what I've done, and also go ahead, get your final details for this tree done, and then we'll work on the next step. Go for it, guys, you got this. So then, guys, after a little bit of remodeling my tree, I think it looks pretty cool now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. For the next step, we will take ourselves some hay bales, some farmland, some polished andesite slabs, some smooth quartz block, some jungle trapdoors, some spruce trapdoors, some spruce doors, some end stone brick stairs, and finally some end stone brick slab. I apologise for my slab, my lisp. It's probably just that entire thing. Okay. Anyways, you go down here to the back of our tree. We are going to go ahead and go from this little gap down here for about 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like so. Same on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are going to be really important. Now I know that they're going to change to dirt afterwards, but just to give you an idea, this is what we're going to use the space for. It's going to be farmland. So in this little space here as well, there's going to be farmland, so you want to just go ahead, knock that entire thing out. Then you'll know this is where you're going to grow some more wheat. The wheat is actually, I think it might be corn in the series. So we're just representing it with wheat here as it grows nice and tall. That looks great. Okay, now we'll go into this little gap down here. So the gaps on both the trees are going to be more useful than you might think. We go to here, and we start number 1 just there. Number 1 is going to go to the right side for 35 blocks in total. So, get your counting hats on. We're going to go for number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Like so. Now again, you might just want to go ahead and double check things once you're all done. So just leave that there for now. Go and double check it afterwards. It's very, very important. Now go up this side, on this left side, in this little gap. Number 1's going to go here. I'm going to count from number 1 to the left for 34. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. It's important that you remember this is 34 just here, and our one on the right side is also 35. So we go a block more on the right side. And if you want to fill these in the middle, you can do that in a second. For now though, I'd recommend double checking both your dimensions. 34 on the left side, 35 on the right side. Let's get it checked up, guys. Luckily, I counted that right, which is awesome because I'm terrible at maths. So now we'll go ahead and fill in this little gap here with hay bales behind the tree, like so. Now that's going to be our very, very long start to our cube. So we're building this in like a square shape. Now then, we're going to start from our left side of the tree. And up here, we're going to start number 1 just past this 34th block. So we're going to start number 1 just here. And it's going to run along for 70 blocks. This is going to be very, very long to count. So definitely make sure you double check things, go quite slow, just so you can make sure everything's in there perfectly. I'm going to go nice and slowly, but I'll skip up the video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Whew, that took a long time. Wow. Okay. Now remember, both sides are going to be the exact same. So it's really, really simple. You can just run this one all the way down. It's a little bit awkward because the hay bales change direction. But you can run this down to, in your mind, about 70. Then just match it up with your original 70 on the other side. And don't really have to worry about counting this one. Oops, sorry guys, I'm going a little bit weird with this one. Missing out a couple of spaces. Right, so just make sure once you think you've got it in line, run to the other side, just double check. Yeah, all good. I actually matched that from silhouette. That was good. Lucky. Now then, I'm going to count in for 17 blocks from my original 70 over here. So remember, I've gone along the left side of the tree. I'm now on this one, and I'm going to be on this one. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring this block here, number 1 this is going to be, along for 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 blocks, like so. Amazing. Now the next thing to do is build our really cool looking hut things that the players come out of. So we're going to go ahead and go for 1, 2, and about 3 blocks, like so. Then we'll turn this in for 2, like so. We'll build this up for 1, 2, 3. Here, we'll build this entire wall up to the 3 as well, like so. So this is actually about a height of 4. Connect it over at the top. Go to the back and put in jungle trapdoors for windows in here, preferably with the handles facing one another. And that actually looks really creepy throughout that window. Awesome. Looking cool though. Next we'll go ahead and actually surround our door frame. So we're going to go ahead and come down here for 4 blocks in for our doorway, like so. Now we're going to put 2 doors in here with handles again facing one another. Go to the back side and place trapdoors folded up like so. And also you can put one here, and then we'll build a block of 4 up that side, and we can now place one here as well. Now what we're going to do next is actually fill over the door frame by adding in 4 blocks just across the top there, a block away from the door. Then we'll fill in the door just here with trapdoors. So we're making a very, very large looking spruce door. Wicked. Next we need to add in another window. So we'll go for 2 blocks here, 1, 2, 3 on this left side, and a block there. Around the back, of course, put in your jungle trapdoors, top and bottom, handles connecting, and then we build this one just here back for another 2 blocks, and up for 4, like so. So they're very, very simple, but quite effective looking huts. Next we want to go ahead and stick in ourselves about 3 quartz on this side and 3 on this side as well, because then we use our end stone brick stairs for 3 there, and we actually go around the front, over the front like this, and the 4 just there, and 3 across the quartz. In the direct center, you'll notice on the real thing there is actually like a cutout section where it looks like the hut goes into a bit of a kind of strange shape here. So we just knock out 4 blocks there for the doorway, and we build some quartz in here like so. So it overhangs the door frame. Now we're going to drop this back for another block, like so. So it's worth 3 blocks in total. Now the reason we do this for like so little is because of course this is going to be the exterior wall. So you can knock out that stair there, and we can knock out that stair there. We know this is going to be the exterior wall because the hay bales of course match up to the wall there. So we stop our little kind of overhanging section here and not go another block back. So what we're going to do next is I'm actually going to chop this out. Oh no, I'm going to leave that in there. Yeah, that'll be fine. So here I'm going to go ahead and take my end stone brick stairs again, go for 2 here and 2 across the front. Now I'll do the same on this side, 2 here and 2 across the front. Now I'll place in 2 quartz just in here and 2 here, with then some end stone brick slabs on top of them to finish up the 2 little pyramid looking stair roofs just there. Now I'll build my quartz up for another layer just in here. I'll actually do it for a 3rd layer. Then I can stick my nice polished andesite slabs on top of this, and then finish up that hut like so. That looks really, really cool. And bear in mind, once you have the entire wall finished up the back here, this whole section will look a little bit darker, so the trapdoors will have nothing to look through. It will just be like a very, very plain looking area, like a black, you know, tinted area. But for now it looks like a really just infinite world, which of course it is, but that's not what we're going for. So we need to go ahead and duplicate this by adding another 2. And the gap between the 2 others is about 7. So we take our hay bales, we go next to this wall here, and we go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like so. Then we just build an exact replica of the one we just did. So again, it's quite simple, but it's also a little bit time consuming. Add in these walls here, going up for the 4 blocks in total. You want to add in your block just 1, 2, 3 here, and 1 there for a window. 4 across the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in the floor for your door frame. Then we'll add in our wall of 4, a block here, 4 here, a block here, and then 2 layers of 4 back here, like so. Next we're going to go ahead and place ourselves 1, 2 blocks of quartz, 1, 2, Then we take our end stone brick stairs, placing 2, and across the front until you reach that pillar just there. Here I'll do the same, 1, 2, across the front and stopping on that window pillar just there. Take my quartz again, add in the 4, add in another 4 back here, and a third 4 to match up to this one. Then I want to go ahead and build this up for another 2 layers, so it's worth 3. Like so. Then I just slab the entire thing over with my polished andesite. Then I take my end stone stairs for 2, and then 2 over that quartz. Here as well. 2 over the quartz, and 2 just here. If you're unhappy with the way the inside looks, by the way, nice and hollow, just go ahead and fill it up with quartz. It really doesn't, doesn't matter too much, and it actually looks much better than how we were doing it originally. Then we add in 2 quartz here, and 2 quartz here, and then we place slabs on top. That is end stone brick slabs, just there. Next, go ahead and add in your doorways. So we're just adding 2 doors, handles facing one another in the center. Trapdoors on both sides of the doorway, folded down so they look nice and flush to the doors. Trapdoors across the top. Jungle trapdoors for the windows, facing outwards with the handles facing to one another, like so. Then you do another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like so. And then add in your final third one over here. I'm going to skip this one on because hopefully you guys will be able to do this on your own now. But if you do need any help, like I said, the comments are there for your guys' questions, so please go ahead and ask me down there. And of course, feel free to pause the video if you do get stuck. So yeah, let's go for it. So now you have done all 3 of these different huts. They are looking really, really good. I'm sorry if they're not huts, by the way. To me, they look like them, so I'm just calling them that. But if they're not, then please let me know down below, and I'll go ahead and correct myself. So go ahead and take your hay bales now, and go here, and just fill up the rest of the blocks here to the other side. Now it's probably not going to be the same dimension as your 17 on this side. It's probably going to be a block off, because if you remember, we did 34 on that side and 35 on this side. So this one is probably going to end up being about 16 blocks, and that one is 17. So please do not worry if that's, a little shorter. It's all good. You've done it right. Okay, so the next thing to do is go around your perimeter, and you want to knock out like a trench. An entire trench around the whole thing, going back towards your doll. Now this is going to take a lot of time, so definitely take your time with it. It's always good that we can zoom by and do this. It's always fun. Just get it up to here, then also go in between the buildings just here, like so, and then on this side as well. And this is going to be for planting our hay, our wheat. So we need to go ahead and just make sure there's space in there to do that. And if we go back towards our doll, the wheat actually comes out for quite a lot of blocks. Now I do want to go and double check this, and while we do, if you guys want to clear your inventory of these materials, we will grab the materials ready to get planting our wheat in here, and also filling in our floor. Then we can work on the final bit, which is of course the walls. Guys, I must say this is looking really, really cool so far. You're doing an awesome job. Next, take yourself some seeds, some farmland, some netherite hose, well just one, some bone meal as well. This is not really necessary, but if you just want to get this done quickly, then bone meal would be the way to go. Some sand, and finally some smooth quartz block. And then for the walls, you're going to take yourself some oak leaves and some oak wood. Okay, so first things first is, we've got this trench around the entire thing. Well, basically what we're going to do is just plant some wheat there. So we either put in farmland, or of course we hoe the ground. Now because we've taken out the entire ground, and I just thought, with it being dirt and stuff like that, you know how dirt gets. It just grows so quick again into normal ground. So just take yourself some grass block as well, just in case. And then it'll save you some hassle. But if you want to go like back and forth just doing this, so time consuming, I know, but it might be effective to do that as well. If you actually want to go ahead and knock out, or not even knock out, but just mark out with your netherite hoe, the space here behind the shoe and then towards the tree, that is all going to be farmland. That is all going to be for our wheat. And then in front of this, we're going to stick in ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks, 9 blocks of sand. So it just comes in front of the foot here. So it starts on just the back of the foot, in line with the foot, and then it goes a block in front of the foot just here. The reason we do that is, of course, we need to have the victory sort of line. So the line that everyone is safe past. And that is going to be the one just past it. Now we bring up this line just to a block before the exterior wall. So just here. It's very, very vital that you get this a block just before the doll. And then a block before the exterior walls as well. Once you have it, fill it in with smooth quartz block. And that'll be your line to say you have basically won this trial. So, you know, you're through to the next round basically. Not like in an X Factor way. Like a very bad way. And then we're going to go ahead and knock out this area here. So just up to the shoe. And we'll do the same in the little gap. And then on this side as well. And once we have everything marked out, I'm going to leave you guys to do it on your own, because as you know, this section is going to be a lot of filling and a lot of different just dropping in materials where they should go. And that is really, really going to be painstaking in Minecraft. So definitely get this done when you can. So everything after the sand is going to be sand in here. So this whole thing is going to be sand. So you can just bring up a sand exterior. And then everything after this line is also going to be sand. So that sand will go down and all the way to just this block down here before, you know, that wall again. So a block away from the exterior wall and up to this white line. Then past the white line up to this block here is all going to be sand. That is just in line with the shoe. Now everything behind this is all going to be wheat. And remember, the entire perimeter of this building, of this area, is all going to be filled up with wheat. Now I'll do that with you guys in a second, because that is probably going to be a little bit confusing after doing so many things. So for now, fill in your sand here, fill in your wheat back here, and then fill in your sand up here. Good luck guys, and if you do need to use slash fill, if you don't know how to use that already, I'll quickly give you a tutorial. So we'll do a small area together. So we'll go for this block here. If you want to grab the coordinates of it, you just need to be either stood on it or looking at it if you have the setting I have on. The setting I have on is you go into settings, just in here. Bear in mind I'm on Bedrock Edition console. Then you drop down to, I think it could even be in your game settings. Sorry, no, it's in your video settings here. Then you drop down to here and it says outline selection underneath the split screen option. Now you flick that to off and then it shows up this white perimeter around the blocks. So you're looking at a block you want to get. So we're going to get the coordinates of this one. You open up your chat, which is your right on the D-pad on a PlayStation 4. I'm going to go ahead and open the chat just here. Should bring up your on-screen keyboard, which I don't think you guys can see in the video, but mine's up right now. I'm going to click myself slash, and I'm going to write fill directly after that slash. As you can see, it's already prompting me to write in the coordinates of this specific block. So 306 is the coordinates of this block. 306, a space, the elevation, which is 3, and then we're going to do minus 13, and that shows its entire place in this world. Now what I'm going to do is leave a space after my 13, just here, my minus 13. I'm just going to hit enter. Now that is purposely going to cause an error, that's fine, because what that does now is, because you've written in that command and you've clicked enter, it saves that to Minecraft's database. So now you can access it again in a second. So what we do is we have this one already marked out, so it's in the memory of Minecraft. Now we're going to go ahead and fill in this area with sand, of course. So let's go in line with this one, and let's go right the way up. Remember, it has to be the diagonal sort of opposite side. So I'm going to go to this one over here. Fill in with sand just to give us a reference. I'm going to look at the block, make sure to look at it. Grab your coordinates out again. So open up the window by hitting the right on the D-pad. Click the up button and it brings back the exact code you've just written in. Now it'll leave a space, of course, like we did before from the minus 13, so you can continue your code. I'm going to write in 304, which is the new coordinate for this block. I'm going to write elevation 3 because it's the exact same elevation. So I've written in minus 86 now. Please bear in mind that your coordinates are going to be very, very different to mine. Your elevation might be the same if you're on a normal standard Bedrock Edition super flat world, but your actual coordinates here will be very, very different. So please use your prompt on the left side of your screen there to get the exact coordinates you need. Now after we've written in all of our coordinates, we're going to click a space and it'll bring up a list of materials. So every single material that you can put in a slash fill command is going to be on here. Now we're looking for sand, so we have to write in sand just here. There it is, sand right there. Once you hit sand, you're going to click enter, and voila, 218 blocks filled in just here with sand. And that is how you do a slash fill command. So yeah, go for it guys, use as many of these as you want to. I think the area a slash fill command can fill up is up something like 6,000 blocks. Like, it's a lot, so you can do the entire thing. Just bear in mind your elevation needs to be the exact same, otherwise you'll have like sand falling from the sky or something, so wouldn't be good. But yeah, you got this, go for it. I'll see you in a second. And well, there we go. Look at that entire space looking nice and bright now. It looks awesome. I even went ahead and filled up most of my wheat back here as well. Now the bonus about doing this is you don't really need your bone meal, because the entire rest of the build is taking such a long time to build. By the time you've ended up building the walls and, you know, kind of done a lot of the grinding sections, you should actually have quite a big field of wheat back here. Which is helpful if you're building on survival, which if you are, you're a legend. Blimey neck, this would be a lot of work. Then, you know, you can leave your wheat to grow and come back to it later. So actually this would be a really cool farm, a survival farm. At least you know your crops wouldn't get blown up by creepers. I mean, this was stood here the entire time. Blimey neck, be scary. Anyways, what we're going to do next is go ahead and take our farmland, or your, you know, your normal dirt and hoe, just to go ahead and plant the entire thing around here with wheat. Now this is probably the most problematic section, because some of these blocks just don't like to place. Farmland, it's just a bit awkward. Not for the fact, like with slabs for example, like slabs can be really, really annoying, so can stairs. But farmland just seems to, because it's like a block below, like a tiny little layer of carpet almost, below a normal sized block, just seems to be a little bit more awkward to place. I don't know why. And now we just go ahead and grow wheat all around this. You might have to hoe out certain sections just if they've grown up. And if that's the case, just take your hoe real quick and just, there we go. Then plant all your seeds around here, making sure you get every single block around the perimeter. It's very important to do that, just because it kind of smothers the hay behind it and fills up the entire thing, making it look all good and all very, very filled up. So in here, here as well, up to this side too. You can see it's a little bit less troublesome than using just normal dirt. If we use farmland already, then most of it stays. It's just certain blocks just like to change back to dirt, which, you know, it's not too bad. We can just fix that up really quickly. And there you go. Once you have it all in there, you are finally done with your planting. We are done farming today. We can go ahead and actually get on to some fun sections. Now, fun sections, I mean going ahead and making the walls. Now, these are probably the hardest parts, but they are so important. I mean, at the moment, it just looks like, ugh, I can't speak. It looks like we made like a trough for our doll, and it doesn't look, you know, the best. So we're trying to make this look very, very original and make it look like the real show. So the thing to do is go ahead, taking your leaves, you want to go ahead and first take your oak wood. And you're going to build a, like, basically like a 4 or 3 block sort of shape like this. And you're going to make this go all the way around this entire square. Now I know that is going to take a lot of time. Don't worry about the direction of wood. This is going to be for the outside. This is not going to be seen on the inside. Now the only reason we do this is because when you're going to go ahead and place your trees on this wall, we go ahead and use oak leaves because they fill up the entire leaf as if it was just a normal one. If you look at like the normal ones, for example, if I place, or maybe these ones don't do it, but on a original update, they made it so that the leaves would not be able to grow on their own. They would just, you know, vanish and deteriorate, which makes sense, like, you know, they wither away. But we do not want that. We want this entire wall to be filled up, no hollow gaps or anything like that. It's an entire closed off space where, you know, they're very much in danger. So we're trying to make this look, you know, super, super realistic. So build up your wood from the floor, up for 4 blocks around the entire perimeter of this whole thing. You can stop when you get to the courts. It's not really a problem here. The courts entrances are going to be for us getting in and out, really. So that's the important thing. So leave them nice and plain. But the rest of it, please fill up the entire area up to 4 blocks high. I've just done that 5 after saying that. So 4 blocks high, like so. And then once you've done that, you can then take your leaves, and we'll do that together. We're just going to make random little tree designs. So yeah, let's get this done, guys. So wow, after a long time doing that, we are all good to go. So we're going to take our leaves, we're going to start next to one of our small buildings down here. I'm going to go ahead and build like a really random sort of tree design like this. Not really too fancy, make it nice and 2D so it's only above the hay bales. Go along with my leaves, and then build another one. Doesn't have to be the same, just something similar. And then maybe one around the corner here. double it up around there, like this sort of thing. And if you do find that, oh, maybe I want to make it a lot different, add in a couple more oak logs and then just go ahead and build up again. As long as leaves stay as the bottom layer of the entire thing, they're going to be for the bottom 2 layers. So they're going to be connected by 2 layers around the entire thing, like this. Now it's important to get them to 2 because when we go ahead and build the ice wall that's going to be surround this whole thing to make it very, very light blue, we go ahead and make sure that we have enough layers in here. And this is like the first layer in our structure, so it's very, very important to get this done. So anything I do with the leaves, I'm just going to go ahead and silhouette behind this with my oak wood. And we do this all the way around until we get to the other side. So it does take a long time, but it is very, very important to get this done. And yeah, I know I'm saying that a lot, but seriously, I do mean it. It's awesome. So yeah, that's looking good. So basically, just do a random amount of trees. If I show you my original one, you can get like an idea and a bit of a feel for it. So you can see the trees there. They're surrounded by oak wood at the bottom, just so they don't deteriorate. But yeah, we just go ahead and make random amounts of trees and go around the entire base layer with 2 blocks, like so. So yeah, let's build an amazing amount of these different leaves to represent the trees around, and then we'll grab some new materials for the rest of the wall and the rest of our red light, green light. Let's get it done, guys. So once you have all of your trees in here, as you can see, a lot of my trees are just single standing. A lot of them don't have the wood behind them, but as long as you have a layer of wood just there and the layer that we made before, then to be honest, I don't think they will despawn. But if they start to, of course, you can just add that in. It's no problem at all. What we're going to next do is take our blue ice, which is the stuff that doesn't melt, which is lucky, the white concrete, some lightning rods, some blocks of netherite, some oxidized copper, black concrete, and also some yellow concrete. Now what we're going to do is we're going to count above our hay bales, and this is going to be the grinding part. This is going to be the part that really gets us. So we're going to start from here. This is going to be number 1 above our hay, and we're going to build this up to 47 blocks. So most of this is going to be covered by leaves. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Just on this one is covered by leaves for me. Now above this, I need to add in the rest of the blocks to get to 47 with blue ice. Single-handedly blue ice. We can add in all the clouds and all the guns and stuff like that later. For now though, we're going to build 47 with blue ice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is where I start my ice on this one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, like so. Every single block around this perimeter is going to go up to 47 blocks in height. And remember to start on top of your leaves. So anything that we have here is just going to be added up until we reach that height up there of 47. So guys, are you ready? This is going to be the hard part, so definitely take your time, pause the video when you need to, comment down below with any questions you might have, and get to 47 here above all of your leaves. And yeah, remember to obviously count your leaves within that 47. They're not just going to be like 47 ice after, you know, the 3 leaves say. There's going to be 2, and that's going to be our starting point for our 47. So you guys got this, get this all done, and then we'll get back to adding in all the weaponry and stuff like that later. Wow, I take back completely what I said about the whole wheat thing being the hardest part. That took a long time. That took a really long time. But it looks really good, and as you can see, you know, the colour sort of transition between the green, the yellow for the sand, of course the doll, and of course the tree against all that blue ice looks really cool. So the next thing to do is actually build in our weaponry. To do that, we take our lightning rods and of course our blocks of netherite. We're going to go to our right side walls and our left side walls and behind our doll. We don't of course need them on the back wall because of course that is where you enter, and it would kind of give the whole sort of death thing a little bit of a reveal, and that would not be good. So we're going to drop down 7 blocks from the ceiling. So once you've actually dropped down for your 7, you start at 8, and we're not going to start just here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks in from this side over here, and start on 5. So you have a 4 block gap. Then we'll leave a 4 block gap between the next one and next one, so on and so forth, until we reach 4 blocks from the end of the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This takes a long time, but it's good to get this done, and you're all good once you have this in here. This is one of the most important things about the red light, green light, so we need to get this all in here looking good. There we go. Epic. And now for the back wall, we leave a 1 block gap between the actual thing, so it just goes to start there, which is crazy, and then we do 4, and we're actually going to make about 5 of these different guns. So we go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That is now 4, and we do a 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 1 just goes in there. Awesome. We'll do the same on the opposite side, so we'll start a block in and then come back. So make sure to go down for 7. So I'm just going to run myself along here just so I don't have to recount. All the way along here. Number 1 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. And that should just be stopping before you reach the actual doll there, like so. Awesome. And then we put in our clock and everything like that later. So our timer goes in there. If you now also want to do yourself 4 blocks down here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, add in that one, and add in all of them along this side. So remember to go from 7 blocks down from the wall, like we did on that side. So we'll go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then on 8 is here. That needs to go there. So 4 blocks in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're there. Sorted. Now what we do is just go ahead and take your block of netherite, go behind this entire structure, and just add in like a layer of netherite here. Just around the 3 sides of this cube. This is going to be for holding up our lightning rods, so we can actually use them as our rifles. So we just go all the way around the back as well, and then back along the side. And then all that's left is to add in our clouds and our timer, which is awesome. We have made insane progress today. We've done a lot. It's been crazy. So just sticking your lightning rods just on every single block. Go for the back of the netherite. You can do this quite speedy. You just got to be careful that you don't stick it on the ice like I just did. Like that. A 5 back here. Oops, or on its side like that, because that would just look not great. It's so helpful that we have the lightning rods available to us now, because they have the sort of, I'm going to call it the fatter end. It looks like a muzzle, or maybe a suppressor or something like that. So we know the guns are very loud in Squid Game, but even so, it still looks like a gun. So we're trying to make that in the best way we can in Minecraft. Brilliant, there we go. And from the distance, they do look like rifles, which is wicked. Now for the timer, what we need to do is go ahead and build a massive 2 minutes at the back here. So we're going to go ahead and go 4 blocks in from both weapons. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. On 5 is where we'll build. I'm going to build down for just 1 block below it. Same on this side, I'm going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4. On 5 I'll start building it here. Now this side might be covered up a little bit by the tree, but that's all good. We can sort of knock a bit out if you want to, anything like that, it's all good. Then we're going to go ahead and build this one straight up to the top of the roof. So just to here. Fill this along until you reach the other side and connect them up over the top here. Like so. I just want to go and double check things, I'll be right back. So yeah, we're all good, just wanted to go and double check before I end up making a mistake. Fill in the oxidized copper down here to connect them up. Like I said, if you do happen to have a branch that's taller than the timer and covering up a little bit, you can always shorten that down and bring it down slightly. For now, I'm actually kind of happy with this one. It looks a little bit more surrounding, which is cool. But yeah, if you are unhappy, go ahead and change it up. We'll use black concrete on the inside of the copper, just to surround this entire rectangle. Just so we can add in the letters, sorry, not the letters, the numbers, and then everything will look good. We'll add in a block here and here, Then we'll take yellow in the middle for 3, 2 here, 3 there, and 2 here. A block away, we're going to add in a 2, and for the 2 we'll go for 3 just here. Then we'll go up for 1, 3 across there, up for 1, and 3 across the top, like so. Then we'll go ahead and place 1 dot next to the 2, and 1 dot down there. Then we'll leave a gap of 2, and place a 0 just in here. Then we'll leave a gap again, just here, and we'll go for 1, 2 just there, 3 here, 1, 2, and 3 here against the wall. Then we fill all of these blocks in between with our black concrete, making sure everything is silhouetted so the 2 minutes looks very, very prominent, so you can definitely see from the ground how much time you have left to get over that threshold and get a win. There we go. Then you can back up, make sure you're happy with your handiwork. Looking good though, it's looking awesome. And then you take your white concrete and we go around underneath of all of these weapons for 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks down, and you start on 4, building clouds. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom over to my original one. Clouds are a little bit easy to do, so I'm just going to show you how to do that from my original one and not build them. So if we just go over here, just go random. You just go really random, as long as they are at least 3 blocks away, 4 blocks if possible, but 3 blocks mostly, around all 4 sides of the entire structure. So underneath the timer as well, and yeah, even in the corners, which looks really cool. So you just build them like 2D pixel clouds, as you would in Mario, for example. So yeah, nothing much to it, but it looks pretty cool. And there we have it. That is how to build red light, green light from Squid Game in Minecraft. Well, thank you so much for watching this 2-part mini-series, guys. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure building red light, green light from Squid Game in Minecraft. I hope you've had a good time, and I hope it's been quite fun. I'm sorry it was a little bit challenging to build this whole thing. I did change up a little bit of detailing from my original build, but I think it was for the best. I think we got the new one done perfectly, and I think it looks pretty cool, and I hope you guys do too. So yeah, thank you once again. If you did enjoy this one, please be sure to drop a like. That'd be much appreciated. If you're interested in building future tutorials and videos with my guides and whatnot, please definitely consider subscribing. I do actually have a lot more to come on the way, maybe even some Squid Game ones to come too. We might eventually do the pop vinyls that have just been released, which is just so exciting, so I might end up building those in Minecraft as well. So if you're interested in those, please definitely consider subscribing. Join the Assassinhood today, 100% free of course, and yeah, it would be wicked to, you know, welcome you into the Assassinhood. But until the next time, guys, check me out on my social medias. All the links are in the description. Have an excellent rest of your week, your day, your month, your year, whatever you're in. Have a good one, and I will speak to you very soon. Goodbye for now, Assassins. Take care, stay safe, and yeah, goodbye for now.